2. Let's go. Prize fighter. Continue to swing, even when he's down. Cowboy Nation, that embodies the heart and spirit of who we are, what we do. We're going to listen in to Jerry Jones. Shout out to 105.3 The Fan. If this your first time watching, be sure to tell that like button to lean forward. Right. Yeah, slap that like button for me. Let's go. Yeah. Hey. Oh. Let go. Come on, nation. Stand to your feet. It's week 14. Come on. Ain't no party like a cowboy party. Yeah. Shout out to Washington, Jerome. You in the house. Let me know right now. Don't wait too late. Let's go. Looking for revenge.
He needs some milk.
They say law. Hey, law. Cowboys can't run the table on the NFC East. Come on now. I predicted before the season started, we're going to show the NFC East who the real kings. We're going to say checkmate, baby. Don't crown me. Let's go.
Why are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
If you're on my Facebook group, be sure sharing is caring, right? Come on, Cowboy Nation. Let's grind and shine for your mind. Yeah. Hey. Oh. This beat don't feel you. If this beat don't rock your soul, I don't know who you are. Come on. Come on, Cowboy Nation. Hey. Come on. 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey. Come on. Hey ho. The name is Law Nation. Really appreciate you, Terrence. I see you over there on the Facebook group. I really appreciate you for jumping in and being part of this situation for us. Cowboy Nation, as we began to talk about everything, especially as it relates to the Cowboys Nation, we got 5 games left. Not 6, not 7, not 8, right? And I look at it as a beautiful storyline. 8-4 Cowboys. The team that everybody kind of rejected last year. The team that a guy that put it all on the field, right? The storyline, ooh, so crazy. It just brings chill down your spine. Losing his brother, losing his mom, losing his grandmother this year. And he continued to press forward and push forward like water on a duck's back. Just keep moving, Cowboy Nation. The leader, the captain, the soul, the heartbeat of this team. Dak Prescott. Getting sullied and denigrated every pass that he throw. Every single pass that he throw is marginalized, right? Like he's the only quarterback that they go over line by line. Look, he could have stepped up tall in the pocket. I saw a Kurt Warner video that he's breaking down everything, which is cool. Good video, by the way. But he didn't account for the offensive line. New. Making the necessary adjustment, that the crowd noise, for crying out loud. And I get it. Some of those passes and situations, Dak Prescott should be there. But dog it, the New Orleans Saints, the number 2 defense in the NFL, not 15th, not 20th. So some of those things, even Kurt Warner, know that Dak Prescott pre-snap read and all of this stuff. You know good and well. But it sells. And people will buy it to it. Run to the table and say, I'm buying it because of Kurt Warner saying it. It got to be validated, right? He got a gold jacket law. I digress. But if you go over every line by line, precept upon precept on every quarterback, you would say, okay, he should have had it here. He should have had it there. He should be able to walk on water with this type of situation. But nobody account for the collective. Nobody count for the total picture. But they go quickly to the sensationalism. They go look for validations. They go look for accreditations. But the game remained the same. A win is a win. A win is a win. A win is a win. I kid you not. Kurt Warner got another video out there that says Baker Mayfield ain't the problem. And see, the thing is, when you have an objective, and you say objectivity, but when you have the pencil, you can paint or draw the own conclusion yourself. Right? On one end, a man is not the reason, it's someone else. But on the other end, he is. Lo and behold, is Dak Prescott the reason? Baker Mayfield not the reason over there. Dak Prescott was over there. Will he be the fault? Will he not be the reason? But it is what it is. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Let's listen in. Yeah, Natasha validation is only good for parking. Yo, let me blow this up so everybody can see y'all names up here. Shout out to you, Natasha. Shout out to you, C. Nick. And I'm not saying that this quarterback should be able to walk on water, and we should be able to look at this thing and say, okay, Dak Prescott is the end-all, be-all. It's strange to me that the narrative will always be painted to fit the massive opinions so that they can seem to be right. Case in point, we never seen a quarterback having a year like Mac Jones. Mac Jones, yeah. He's phenomenal. 2016, we saw Dak Prescott do the same thing. But now, since it's Mac Jones, with one of the greatest coaches that you can ever lay your eyes upon, right? The greatest thing ever. They already painting headlines. I've seen Swaggo said he would like to see. He said he loves his Cowboys, but he would like to see, for the love of the game, the New England Patriots versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And they asked him on the panel. They said, hey, would you like to see a Cowboy? He said, hey, I love my Cowboys, but I would rather have that storyline. So that's what we're selling now. Regardless, I'm going to root for mine, right? I'm going to root for what I love and what I believe in. I don't care about no storyline. I said, I can't believe this brother to let that leave his mouth to fit the narrative or to fit what everybody want him to say. I said, come on, Swaggo. Come on, brother. Oh, this would be a great storyline. Bill Belichick versus Tom Brady. And I can see the people already thinking, that's pretty good. Let's pay these refs a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Case in point, you're right. Benjamin Robinson, Dak has improved. a player every year. Yeah, he's been an improved player every year. He's also, Dak Prescott, shout out to John Machota, in response of being one of the people that's in the nominee for Walter Payton Man of the Year. Dak Prescott said he's extremely humbled and honored to be named the Dallas Cowboys Walter Payton NFL Man of the Year candidate. So that goes a long way. What I want to do here is let me click on this right here, and I'm going to share it to you guys, and then we're going to play the Jerry Wayne Jones interview. And it is what it is, Cowboy Nation. Check it out. These accolades and awards are cool and all. Cowboy Nation, they cool. Oh, it's cool. It's wonderful. I want that Super Bowl, though. I don't care about Pro Bowl. I don't care about it, I don't care about these awards, but that award means a lot. The Walter Payton Man of the Year, they give it out once a year. Shout out to my alum, D. Jackson State. It's the school Walter Payton went to. We had a chance to draft Walter Payton over here in Cowboys land, but I think we went with Randy, right? We went with somebody, right? We went with Randy, right? Number 54, the monster. All right, so let's go ahead and play this audio here, Cowboy Nation.
We have Jerry Jones right now, brought to you by Ford every Tuesday here on Sean and RJ. Good morning, Jerry. How are you?
Hey, Sean, RJ, I'm doing fine. And, boy, here we go to the Capitol. As Nate Newton once said, let's give them some capital punishment.
Yes, he did.
Oh, let's give him some capital punishment. Yeah, Jerry. Yeah, hey, we're looking for revenge, baby. We are.
Better than Nate's other all-time line when he retired, didn't
Nate, when he retired, said that he wanted to get nasty fat.
Nasty fat after retirement. Hey, Jerry, did you watch that game last night? And did you love it? Did you enjoy the Patriots throwing 3 times in order to win that game in those conditions?
Well, again, it's just the nature of the greatness of our game. And when we talk about it and we see a quality in a player, there are several qualities in a player that make a football player, or one or two that we don't emphasize, and it's the game. And so the game, it has to be called on sometime to use all of the qualities. And there you go up there and throw the ball 3 times because you want to win the game. And again, it undermines a little bit the way we focus on statistics, the way we focus on stats, the way we focus on length of players, size of players. We do all those things. It just reminds us again, this thing's just about coming there and getting the score and winning the thing by a point, whatever. Win the game.
Win the game.
Jerry, that phrase, styles make fights. Do you think that pertains to the NFL more than just about any other sport?
Give me that question again.
You're right there,
I'm sorry.
Elite.
I broke up on it.
That's okay. The phrase, they say styles make fights in boxing. Do you think that pertains to the NFL more than just about any sport there is?
Yeah, because you got so many numbers of players out there. We've got 22 players on the field, and you've got guys. Let's look at the offensive line. We've got players that have offensive linemen that are quick, that are strong, but then we have maulers, like mauling them, just grind them, just get in front of them, just somehow get enough of them to block their guy. We've got ugly-looking blocks, and then we sometimes have crisp blocks, Larry Allen pulling, cutting up field, and wiping 2 out. There's a lot of different ways to block somebody. I had an offensive line coach one time say, my whole philosophy in the offensive line is called get man. Don't care how you get him, get man, which means get in front, block your man.
Yeah.
And you've got him blocked if all you do is make him stutter step for a second. You've got him blocked.
Jerry,
again, going to the point, there are just so many different ways to look at the nuances of football.
No doubt, Jerry. Hey, get in the way. Get in the way. The coach yelling, get in the way. And when you get by, you don't reach. Don't pull. Don't reach. They're going to call holding. But get in the way. And on the flip side, shoot through them. Shoot through them. Shoot through them. Shoot through them. Coaches repeat those words for a reason. I'm on fourth side. I got to come down. Fill that hole. But he's 300 pounds. Fill that hole. Shoot. See, Knicks, Jerry do know his offensive line talk. Yeah. Come on, Nation. Y'all hit that like button. Share this thing.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Before we get into some of the Cowboys issues, I was just curious, with a Sunday off, like Jerry Jones NFL Sunday off, how are you taking in the games if you were watching them? How are you dressing down? Are you a shorts guy? You got sweatpants? Is it popcorn? Is it pizza? Is it nachos? Give us Jerry Jones inside his NFL Sunday setup.
Well, I've watched him in everything that you have, or without everything that you have.
Well,
on as far as dress is concerned, but I just if I'm on the move, I'm constantly looking at it, trying to find a screen someplace. Obviously, like all Cowboy fans, I'm interested in the teams that we've got to play.
Right.
In our particular case, the way it's structured right now, those are our division guys for the most part. Just zeroed in on every play there is almost as though we were playing them.
Yeah.
And looking at that real good, I just soak it all up. There's probably not any point on our presentation of our games on a weekend that when I have a free weekend that I don't use. I use everything, red zone, everything.
No doubt.
To just glimpse the game. I'm constantly reminding myself of the nuance of what would happen if they win relative to playoff standing, or certainly relative to even though we have really one legitimate spot to be in your quest to go to the Super Bowl, and that is you need to be the top seed. That's, to me, about the only one that makes a big difference.
All right, Jerry, you've had some time off. Just curious,
Facts.
what you all been wanting to fine-tune. What have you been focusing on? We've been talking about the offensive line, some of the penalties, the secondary. What's been kind of the focus that you can tell us of the fine-tuning of your football team as you've had some days to assess?
Don't give away all the secrets now.
Yeah. I've spent quite a bit of time going over. As you know, we're privy to some good perspectives on our staff. McAdoo is a consultant that used to head coach at New York. But a lot of different views as to where we ought to be focusing, if there's any change, points of emphasis, but looking at that, you could say, well, Jerry, do you order up reports from different views? Do you go outside the organization? Okay. But you really know that whoever you ask, they're going to have something you need to be doing differently.
Right.
Or they're going to have maybe a criticism of and a real definitive answer. The real world is, across the board, we have adjustments, but not dramatic adjustments to make. It's we're just you could call it being on a sight of a rifle. You're just a fraction of being where you want to be.
Yeah.
That can be combinations of personnel, or that can be what we're asking them to do. But most of the time, this is fine tuning. Dramatic would be way off base changes on either side of the ball, or frankly on anything you're trying to do to improve. Now, let me mention this: as far back as last spring in training camp, we were preparing some things doing differently as we go into the latter part of the season and the playoff. Because if you don't have your nice repertoire of things that you haven't done during the season to show your opponents as you get to the end of the year or you get into playoffs, you've come up short too. So there are some things that we would have done differently no matter what, relative to the plays or relative to even how we use some personnel.
Jerry Jones joined us here on 105.3 The Fan. It seems like over the last couple of weeks, something's just been a little bit off with Dak. He's not nearly the same player, it doesn't seem, that he was before the bye week. Is he 100% healthy?
Yeah.
Yes. The thing that you're seeing is sometimes the pass that looks errant is because the receiver, for instance, ran the route 2 yards, cut it off 2 yards shorter. He should be out 2 more yards before he makes his cuts. Can make all the difference in the world as far as his ability to separate.
Oh, Jerry Joe, let me rewind just a little bit. Jerry had to regather his thoughts, man. My thing is, like I said before, this particular quarterback is going to get one of those situations where they look at every throw. Not some, but every throw. And, of course, it was a blizzard. It was a crazy weather the other day. But nobody's going to continue to harp on Mac Jones threw for 3 passes, right? They're not going to look into that. They ain't going to look into it. You know, I can only imagine a game where the Cowboys win and it was only 3 passes. They will go left. Oh, my goodness.
The thing that you're seeing is sometimes the pass that looks errant is because the receiver, for instance, ran the route 2 yards, cut it off 2 yards shorter. He should be out 2 more yards before he makes his cuts. Can make all the difference in the world as far as his ability to separate. It has a relativeness to the other receivers. And so if you're not really crisp on the way the play was designed relative to how many yards you go, the cut, then your passing game can look really off. And that's one of the answers, better routes.
Jerry, what's the plan for Coach McCarthy getting back in the building around the guys, and what has it been like for Mike being away with what he's been dealing with?
Woo! Shout out to you, Iceberg Kill. My goodness, man, you just said a mouthful. And I hope it's still there. Dak Iceberg Kill says Dak not confident in his offensive line and sticking to check down and is not sticking to this check down. I can't even speak today, man. Hold on, y'all bear with me. Let me get my power right quick. Not being patient with his reads and throws, right? There is a situation where there's a window open up, but you got to be patient. One thing that can rattle the fence is your offensive line. If you don't have protection inside, if your interior is not there, then you're not going to be able to climb the pocket and step up and throw it. That's just the bottom line. So you're going to get off your read a little quicker. You're going to roll and try to create plays yourself. And if you go and look at the Kurt Warner film assessment, he said, hey, Dak, you got to be a little bit patient there. Where? You want him to be patient against the number 2 defense in the NFL? How about you be patient when you played against the Steelers and you threw that pick 6? I'm still mad at Kurt Warner for that because y'all know I can't stand the Steelers. And I'm sitting here like, where's your patience at? You know, you threw the pick 6, Kurt Warner. But it's good to sit back on the mantle and say, okay, these are the things that you need to do. These are the situations that you must exhibit and exude. But you threw the pick 6. Where's your patience? Shout out to Kurt Warner, though. You know, it is what it is. But check out the movie. I think he got a movie coming out, Cowboy Nation. He do. He got a movie coming out. But let me pull up this right here. Let me pull up this offensive. I'm going to pull up this offensive line so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Give me 1 second right quick. Give me 1 second. When you have the interior breaking down and things like, yeah. when we think about everything, Cowboy Nation, that interior, giving up the pressure from the interior, there's nowhere to step up inside. Dak Prescott is worried about these two guys right here, and, of course, the pressure coming off of that right tackle side. Last game, the footsteps. Loud. Go look at Ezekiel Elliott with it. Half of a kneecap out there, filling in that gap. We'll go over these things a little later on, but you guys get what I'm saying. Let's listen to Jerry Wayne and company again, because y'all already know how this thing goes, right? Y'all know how this thing goes.
Well, we all have become dangerous experts on the COVID thing in terms of, and we all are realizing that we don't know. We have a normal, unless you are testing negative, then you have a 10-day period of time that you stay quarantined. Unless you have beaten the norm and have tested, let's say at 6 days, you start getting you 3 tests that are negative. That hadn't happened for him, so it looks like he'll go the full 10 days of quarantine.
Jerry Jones, every Tuesday with Sean and RJ, brought to you by Ford here on 105.3 The Fan. Let's talk about how excited you are to get Randy Gregory, Gallimore, Tank to go along with Micah as your pass rushers. You've been talking about this for a few weeks now. That help is on the way.
Appreciate your call.
Where do we stand for the Washington game with your guys up front, Jerry?
I'm going to freeze it in time as far as this season is concerned, when all 3 of them are out there at the same time. And all 3 of them have a play where they've, quote, got their hands down, but all 3 of them are in a pressure call or a pressure situation on defense. That's going to be one that I want a picture of, and I want to freeze it for a long time. Have all 3 of them pressure.
3 of y'all.
Would Micah be coming through the A-gap on that in that dream that you have, that freeze frame picture, or would he be on the outside?
I may have switched him with Diggs. He may be back there covering the out route.
Yeah! Jerry, don't tell him the secrets.
He can go anywhere. As the old boy says, he can go anywhere he want to go.
That means...
And so the point is that I'd like to see, my example was pressure. So he'd be in a pressure situation. He has answered one question that I was curious about when we drafted him, and that is, could he do some pressure in the middle and play there in the middle in pro football? We saw him do it when he was in college. Well, he can. And he uses that good and unique to get us pressure in the middle as well. So moving him around is the ticket. We've especially when you're sitting here picturing Gregory and you're picturing the Lawrence out there. Yeah. Now the good news is that Lawrence, Gregory, they can be down and inside. And so those give you a lot of options relative to Micah being outside and down.
Jerry, we're trying to understand what was going on with the running back usage here as of late. We know how much you love Tony Pollard. He's been amazing these past 2 weeks as a game breaker. And with Zeke laboring a little bit, I've been saying, why not more Pollard touches? It seems like Zeke is being force-fed a little bit. Just run Pollard more to the outside because he can break them like that. What do you say to that in terms of Zeke and Tony Pollard in the run game?
Well, without seriously buying into that you have as limited as Zeke as you might be implying, we've had going into games relative to this time last year or even relative to the start of the season, we've had or planned on having Pollard touch the ball anywhere from 5 to 10 more times a game. Mm-hmm. So that is the plan. And that is generally what you're trying to do, and you just see how the game goes. But we've frankly ever since training camp been wanting to relative to what we've done in the past, get the ball to Pollard more.
Does money
That's
ever?
not necessarily because of Zeke. That's not necessarily because of Zeke. We just want him to have the ball more.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
No.
That kick return that we made back against
Raiders.
I've forgotten what 2 games ago. The kick return that he made there will get you all the attention that you need as far as you'd like for him touching that ball and you're kicking it.
Jerry, does money or contract ever kind of dictate who's getting, a start or the preferred touches in a situation like this?
No, not at this juncture. You want every play to have your best out there.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, where do things stand for you guys at right tackle heading into this game?
Oh, I think
Lyle
it's
Collins.
the best we've been all year. You've got an improved Collins. You've got a Steele that we know and are very confident that he can play at the right tackle, just play well there. And so in doing so, we will use the fact that we've got Collins at his best this year. We've got Steele. We'll use that as one of the or a way to help our running game. We will do that. And what that lets us do relative to any other formations that we want to use a big guy in that normally you'd have a tight end there, that'll help us out.
Can you tell us who the starter currently is over there?
They laughing in the back. Oh, my gosh. Don't touch it, Cowboy Nation. Don't touch it. I know we want to touch it. I know we want to go back to say, hey, let's insert Connor Williams back in. Let's just roll with what we came out of during training camp, which I can absolutely agree. But the reason why I say this right here, Cowboy Nation, don't touch it, is because we've been living in this moment of trying to recapture the continuity. And continuity, we got 5 more games. And we don't want to be in week 14 trying to figure out our offensive line. We 1-0 right now, right? Leave it alone unless unforeseeable injuries occur. That's all I'm saying. Let's stop changing the horse in the middle of the race. If Terrence still have a hell of a practice this week, let it be that, hey, you came off the C-19 list. Good. Kudos to you. Here's a cookie. But we will insert you next year. I don't care if he's better than Tyron Smith right now. I don't care what kind of practice he had. Don't touch it. You cannot continue to move furniture around on this situation and expecting different results. So this is the thing, Cowboy Nation. We absolutely know, without a shadow of a doubt, I just showed you guys some plays of Tony Pollard. Literally, when I pull up the clips, there was plays of Tony Pollard busting 20, 30 yards. And then you look down the field, there's a yellow flag. Why? Because 52 was holding on to someone. It's hard, Cowboy Nation, starting off 1st and 20, 2nd and 20, 3rd and 15, 3rd and 16 because of a holding call. I get it. McGovern may not be the best left guard at this time, but let's stop moving stuff around. That's not how you play football. Continue to changing stuff, moving stuff around, and not establishing the continuity and rapport. These boys need continuity and rapport, regardless of the situation. Get this thing some time. Let me see. Let me read some of your comments, because I know that the fan base is kind of divided on what they should do and what they should not do with the offensive line unit. But that is the only unit that does not work as an independent situation. It's not like the wide receiver core. It's not like CeeDee Lamb relies on Amari Cooper and Amari Cooper relies on Gallup in order to have a good game. It's not like it's the defensive front where you can rotate and have NASCAR packages where you can rotate big boys in and out, and then you can have different packages as it relates to nickel or your base front. It's not the same. Let me see. Let me pull it up again. All right, we go right here. And we become prisoners of the moment. He's tied for second place with penalties. 13 penalties. I'm seeing people banging on the table. Bring Connor Williams back in, dog. Bring Connor Williams back in. And the first play, you see a 60-yard play, and then you see a flag on the field, and then you're going to be, snap. We didn't have that these few games. But and I told people before, I'm not banging on the table to put Connor McGovern in at left guard. That was never the banging of the table to do such, right? When there's clearly, we were saying put in La'el Collins at left guard, right? Keep Terrence Steele where he was at. I do know for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, and there's tape and evidence to support the argument here, that we ran the ball better when Steele played at right tackle. Went on a 6-game winning spree. Somebody was coming in, playing through the echoes of the look at who's down the field, pushing people out of the way. I can't make this stuff up. But when you try to get killed and you try to move stuff around to appease players, the continuity gets destroyed. There's growing pains that you got to consider. Even Tyron Smith, he said, now I got to figure out what Connor McGovern do well and what he don't do good at. Now I got to figure out the cadence, how when Tyler Biadasz passed the message on to Connor McGovern, it's a whole different vibe. The quarterback, antsy. What's wrong with the quarterback? Well, you keep changing the front. I tell people all the time, go sleep on the other side of the bed. Wake up in the morning. Feel kind of weird. Let's go. Let's listen to Jerry Wayne and company.
I don't look at that. Both of them will play a lot, and you don't have to look at that. And Collins and Steele both are the same player, whether they're the first one out there or not.
Jerry Jones here on 105.3 The Fan. I think we've been spoiled around here with this offensive line for a long time, and you've invested a lot. That's been one of our concerns. We know you've been dealing with injuries and guys in and out, suspensions. Have you been a little bit underwhelmed or a little bit disappointed, Jerry, with the offensive line play overall? You being an offensive line guy, given all the assets and what we're used to around here in terms of pass blocking and run blocking.
Yeah, well, defenses have understood for quite a while now this year that get in there and do everything you can to mitigate our run game, and plus we've played some top defensive lines, and so you got to take into account the strategies and who you're playing across from, and frankly, we've had a lot of practice here against some good defensive lines. And that'll pay off for us in the next 5 ball games in the playoffs.
No doubt.
We've this exercise of adjusting, working on combinations, emphasizing the negatives. You know, if you live to tell about it, there's no question getting knocked down or having to recover. If you can come on out and live to tell about it, it's a plus, not a minus.
No doubt.
And so we've got we've had a lot of reps. All of them haven't gone the way we want them to go. And literally in the offensive line, if you grade it, you easily can have 3 or 4 of your 5 offensive linemen do outstanding. One have a less snap than he normally does, and the results are the same. You're stopped. And so what you want is a consistency, and you want to really work to stop having individual breakdowns. It's the same effect, really, on a missed assignment or a getting beat with one of your offensive line. It's the same effect as a penalty. And you get that one miss, that stops you short, gets you starting from 0 again. It's almost the same thing as getting a penalty.
Jerry, fantastic as always. Thank you. We still didn't get your food on the football couch. Give us the favorite snack or what you're eating when you do get to watch at home and have a Sunday off. What is it?
Oh, popcorn.
Popcorn. Okay.
Right. Butter? Heavy butter?
Get your popcorn ready.
We'll have it 9 a.m. pregame with kickoff at noon here on The Fan. Thank you, Jerry. Have a good trip.
Sounds good, guys. All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, my God. Jerry Wayne and company, man. Appreciate everybody for watching. Jerry Wayne Jones. Great conversation for the nation, Cowboy Nation. And he refused. Let me. All right, Jerry. You have a good one. Have a good one there. Here we go, Jerry. Round of applause, Jerry Jones. All right, so he refused to say who's going to be the starting right tackle, but he said both of those guys are going to get a ample amount of time. And my thing is, Cowboy Nation, I would want them to just don't touch it. The conversational piece been crazy with us. You want the quarterback to feel comfortable. You want the quarterback to be able to trust what he see with his eyes and climb the pocket, go through his reads or what have you. But when those footsteps are loud, that creates a whole different other situation for everyone. Stole that T.O. line. Yeah, little Dallas, appreciate you. Sally Lawyer, thank you so much. Shout out to you, Raymond Williams, as well as Nate the Boss. Appreciate you on the Facebook. Thank everybody for tuning in. All right, so let's dive deep into the matchups right quick. Let me see if I can do that right quick. And we can look into this thing, Cowboy Nation. What do you guys see? Do you guys see some good scores over here? So far, the highest rated player on this team is Zach Martin, right? He's the MVP of this team, basically. Zach Martin with a 94.6. As you can see, his pass blocking is 87. Let me know if you guys can see that, as well as his run blocking is 93. And every year, if you look at it, he improved. He improved. He went from 86 to 89 in 2017, 89, and then 18. I think he had some type of hiccup there in 2018. And then from there, passing grades, man, 2019, 2020, and then 2021, 94.6, having one of his better careers out there. And Zach Martin, this would be a game that we can all say that we want Zach Martin to be that dog. We want him to be that vicious guy. And if you think Zach Martin is trash,
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
you know what I'm saying? And also, if you think Zach Martin is trash, you know what I'm saying?
Shame. Shame.
All right, so this is another look that we can look at over here, Cowboy Nation, is Tyron Smith. We played a total of 3 games without him, right? And, of course, this is Tyron Smith, one of his better years. I know you guys can't see it all the way at the bottom, but bear with me right quick. Let me pull this up just right quickly so that you guys can see that the surgery and everything worked out for his best. Look at him in 2020, look at him in 2019, and look at his total grade for 2018 and 17. We getting this Tyron Smith back, baby. Oh, my gosh. It's just so nice, man, to see him at 92.3. And, of course, he was missed. His first game back was against the Raiders. And I can tell you, he was a little slow, a little behind, his punches and his kick slide and all of that stuff. It was a little delayed. But now he's back, baby. So I said against the Saints, I wanted to see if anything can improve, and he did just that. He didn't allow no pressure to kill. Look, like some people were beat, but not on his side, right? And Tyron Smith is that dog. So he's going up against the Washington team, and we'll break them down as well. I believe that this guy, him and Zach Martin, they finna give the necessary protection for, dare I say, Dak Prescott. And let's look at Dak Prescott. He's by far having one of his better years. Of course, his run grade is terrible. Right now, 39.2 if you want to throw any salt at him. But 83.7, of course, 2020, you really can't count that because that wasn't a full year. It was only a few games, collectively speaking. But if you look at 2021, 83.7, it's similar to what he did in his rookie year. But his passing grade, if we were to just really dissect that down to even more, his passing grade collectively is a whole lot better than 2016 because 2016 his running grade was balanced everything out. So I come here to tell you guys, Dak Prescott, give it time. He played without majority of his weapons. This past game against the number 2 defense in the National Football League was the first time that we had Amari Cooper back into the fold. CeeDee Lamb, of course, that was his first game back coming off of his concussion. Gallup, he still did Gallup type of things, but I'm telling everybody continuity, consistency, and rapport. That's why I say don't touch the offensive line because let's create something that we can have this consistency versus us reaching for, let's improve here. It's week 14, baby. If you have not figured it out by now, don't touch it. That's all I'm saying. All right. Of course, Cooper, Lamb, Gallup, those are those boys out here. And Schultz. Schultz is having a hell of a year, by the way, Cowboy Nation. Hell of a year. You see him 77.4, what he's doing, intermediate and short routes. Man, he's killing the game. I think I still owe you guys a film assessment on Schultz. Just being a sure hands catcher, been that guy that I wish that Dak Prescott looked for more on third downs, believe it or not. Quarterbacks to tight end should always be your best friend, but I just don't think that Dak Prescott on third down situations look for him. And there's nothing wrong with it. He tend to look for this guy right here, Michael Gallup. And as you guys look at my trifecta video, I said, man, now it's time to figure out a way to go ahead and pay this man because what you want, and if he can take that, little cream off the top a little bit like Amari Cooper did, man, that would be a plus for us. You want that establishment of Lamb, Coop, and Gallup. I know Simi Fehoko and Cedric Wilson and all of those boys. I think people are high on them, and Noah Brown. And Malik Turner. Not going to leave Malik Turner out of the mix. But Malik Turner is a poor man's Michael Gallup, right? And he ain't no spring chicken himself. So people thinking that Malik Turner is his first year. No. He's been around in the NFL. So let's figure this out with Michael Gallup. I think that those boys can really work on something. Great. Y'all want to see La'el Collins? First, before we click this button over here, Cowboy Nation, I believe that La'el Collins is the best run protector or pretty much one of the better guys when you're talking about mauling somebody, getting in front of somebody, making things happen. It's this boy right here. La'el Collins, I guarantee you his run grade is going to be high. Right? Look right at it, baby. When you got a guy that wears 71 heading your way, and it seems, and when you look at him pulling, even on that side, it seems as if though he cranks it up a level. Oh, my goodness. Collins is a dog out there. So the Cowboys organization, as relates to run pursuit, and we talk about, hey, Law, it's the offensive line fault. I can only imagine if this offensive line, if you just pick them up, and put them in the hands of Bill Belichick, of what he did last night, I guarantee you Bill Belichick will figure out a way that running will be the last or the least of the issues with the Cowboys, right? Or with the Patriots, This guy, when he gets in front of you, you're going to look for the other way to get away out. That 320 pounds, that they just try to be respectful to him, this more like 330, 340, it is what it is. But every year, if you look at it, Cowboy Nation, this guy improved so much, and he's such a great guy. I can't wait to see what the future holds for him. But Cowboy Nation, it is what it is, right? And now behold the Lamb. I don't know why they put run grade out there for him, but he's been doing a hell of a job. One of the most consistent guys out here on this team. A player that Dak Prescott looked forward to. I think that I kind of said it too quickly when I said, hey, Law, Big Game James, the OC, Boss Cowboy. I said, man, I changed my mind. He is the game changer. No, he's not the game changer. He's the game stabilizer. He keeps things in order, keep them balanced. And when you can get that on a consistent level, what I want Kellen Moore to do with CeeDee Lamb, you don't have to do the extreme, right? You know that he's going to get singled up. They rolling coverage regardless of Amari Cooper's way. But start him off early. They did an end-around play late in the quarters. And I said, man, this kid got upfield for 6.5 yards. And I said, man, that would have been nice on the opening series, on the opening drive. Let's use and I know this is not Madden. I don't want you guys to think it, right? But teams gear up to stop this guy. I believe they don't like his antics. I believe that in the locker room, they say he gonna wipe his nose, right? Oh, he gonna do that little oozy dance, right? He gonna do that little squirmy dance, right? Teams gear up to play this guy. Teams also gear up to play Ezekiel Elliott. Use that. When they do that end around, reverse, what have you, they sell the form on stopping Ezekiel Elliott. They crash all in. I don't give a dog about what Tony Pollard do when he get the ball in his hand. If you think I'm lying, go back and watch the play against the Kansas City Chiefs. Out of that formation, you can just go back to it over and over again. But also on the end around, if you put the ball in the belly of CeeDee Lamb, I think that teams still want to get a hold of him too. So if you keep the team off kilter, you can create those explosive splash plays just for the simple fact they want to stop Ezekiel Elliott, and you can't stop them all on the end around. And I'm not saying you lay out a format or a plan where that's all you do. But what I'm saying, Cowboy Nation, is that they should, that's the operative word, utilize those a little bit better. Now let's switch over to 12 personnel. Of course, you see the lineup is a little different. You got Sean McKeon in there, and he's been a guy that they put him on some drags underneath. He had some shallow routes. When you look at a play, and I should have broke this down when I was talking about Tony Pollard. In that Raiders game, hear me out, the formation, when they motion Dak Prescott out and motion him back in, and Tony Pollard took the wild snap or the wildcat look, they gave him that same similar look with Tony Pollard in the backfield when McKeon was able to score. Because they said, we've seen this play before. It's about to be an end-around sweep to Tony. No, it was an end-around Dak Prescott rolled out, and he threw the ball to McKeon. That is how you draw up a play, Cowboy Nation. Go back and watch it. I'm going to have to pull up the film so that I can show you all. But he's been doing a serviceable job. He ain't no Blake Jarwin. He's a better blocker, but he ain't no Blake Jarwin. See, Jarwin got the ability to run those sneak routes, and he had the ability to make sure he can make you pay. You know what I'm saying? That price of when you roll coverage or when you're playing the two deep safety look. The middle of the field is there. All right, let's talk about the Washington team. Who do you guys see on that side? You know, you guys like that right there? You know, before we get into more details of everything, do you guys like that? Do you guys want me to go over the Washington team or not? You know, y'all want me to go over this Washington situation? Let me clear this out right quick. Bear with me, Cowboy Nation. Bear with me. Here we go. We're going to go over this Washington. I got to set it up for you. Here we go. Y'all want to go over that? Yeah. Let's take a look. Yes, please. All right. All right. Let's take a look at it. It's loaded up now. All right, so the strength of this team is running the rock. As you see across the board, they don't have nobody. You know, we be talking about, hey, Zach Martin, La'el Collins, Tyron Smith. They don't have nobody of that caliber. Everybody is average at best or just above, just right knocking at the door, right above it, right, of average, right? And when we think about Tyler, okay, the quarterback, who is he? Who is his weapons? Well, we do know that Logan, he won't be there, right? He definitely will not be there. Curtis Samuels, this should be a game that we know that Curtis Samuel, we will have Anthony Brown versus him, right? And we will have, well, I don't know. Who we going to have versus Curtis? I'm going to read your comments, Cowboy Nation. Scary Terry going to be back on Diggs. Diggs going to cover Scary Terry. Because I think Diggs looking for revenge on him, right? Micah assignment is 24. Tyler, tomato. Heineken, he going to want a Heineken after we play him. Yeah, what's his name? Is it Taylor? Okay. He had a better grade in 2020, right? Because he only played limited amount of footballs. I think somebody said his name is Heineke. He going to want a Heineken when it's over with. All right, so this is the guy that he's been pretty much, I don't want to say volatile. He made some plays. And if the Raiders knew how to catch the interception, it would have been, a loss for them. But we ain't going to use if was a fifth conversation. Yeah. So we're going to figure this out, Cowboy Nation. I think that the pressure from our defensive front is going to create that thing for them. All right, so McLaurin, Bates not bad as well, but McLaurin, he's the sneaky guy. And it take one play to really, really upset this defense. Kind of like Deshaun Jackson. We kind of knew that, like, the Raiders with him, he only got that one play. And every time we played D-Jack, he had that one play, even when it was with the Eagles, right? Even when he played with the other teams. I think he played for the Washington team before. And even this kid right here, it's just that one play that if the Cowboys give up that big play, then it develops confidence. So I'm looking at it like this. I would prefer Anthony Brown on Terry. I look at it like this, Cowboy Nation. It's feast or famine with my guy Trayvon Diggs. And it looks like it's a situation whereas if you want to keep things in front of you and it's not that consistent as it relates to like giving up the big play, then put AB on him. I see some and roll coverage, roll coverage as well as have the safety over the top. KZ, Malik Hooker, whoever's in the game. Not saying it's one-on-one locked up man. Cowboys can get away with man-to-man on this defense, though, on this offense, I meant to say. I agree, Diggs roam free. Yeah, let Diggs shut down. The pressure is going to be there. And when he try to pass the underneath, because I love Diggs on the underneath routes, to Samuel or to one of these tight ends, it's pick city, baby. It's pick city. No Logan. I don't know why they didn't change this out, but there's no Logan on there. Yeah, there's no Logan in this situation. And the Carter guy, he's the other guy. He's sneaky. Look out for DeAndre Carter. Sneaky. 5'8", small guy, 190 pounds. And they giving him that. He's the sneaky guy. He's the sneak. He's a sneak guy. Well, Law, let's go to our defense then, Law. What do you guys see? What do you guys see on the defensive side of the coin? I'm going to read your comments right here. What do you guys see? Who's the weak one? And, of course, I know that it's not updated because we don't see Randy on this list. But we know Randy is there. Oh, DeMarcus Lawrence is back, one of the better graded defensive players that's in this NFL. Right? DeMarcus Lawrence. Curse, 77. Shoot, Curse come down and field. They got him up here. That took come down right here. He come down the field, baby. LVE, good morning, Chitty. Shout out to you, Cedric. Appreciate you. Pickle Rick says LVE. His coverage grade has just been abysmal this year. If you look at it, if we can find a way, if we can find a solution to get the 2018 LVE, I don't know what I would do if I could just go into time and just bring forth the 2018 LVE. That pass that bounced off the hands of Carlos Watkins, and it was right there for the pick six for LVE last game. 2018 would have rocked it and went to the house with it. But I'm not finna call the man trash. I'm not finna call him horrible. I just believe that this guy, he probably just need a change of scenery. He's been injured. He's not sure of himself. And he will have that moment where he go to probably another team and wake up. But I don't think it will be for this team. Jay Versick says KZ has been taking bad angles and getting ran by. Yep. I have no rebuttal. The tape shows that. And what made KZ, and let me just pull up KZ since you talked about KZ. What made KZ special in the last game was that tip ball, and he caught that interception. Oh, my gosh. And that is the situation. Donovan Wilson for free safety. They giving him some weight. He ain't no 5'11", 190. That joker 170 something. KZ is late. But KZ been playing well enough for us not to mention Xavier Woods. Would you rather have Xavier Woods or DeMonte KZ? Y'all remember Jeff Heath, J.J. Wilcox? You see? When we look at – who else we want to look at? Y'all want to pull up this score right here? TMZ. TMKZ. I see you, Oscar. I think when you look at Malik Hooker's tape, Jay, he's slow to diagnose. Trayvon Diggs, graded 53.2, but I don't think that there's a soul out here that don't want Trayvon Diggs on this team, right? Playmaker, a person that can get around to the ball, and when the ball is in the air in his proximity, he will get it. Feast or famine to most people who look at it in that fashion and that light. But I come in to tell you, all of these grades, if I can say, if the grade is right on, it's for damn sure got to be right on the run defense. And it's because of the way he tackle. He's a reacher. He don't square his shoulders to hit. He goes for the peanut Tillman punch, and that is what he is. I think Jeff Kavanaugh on one of his tweets, go read through his tweets on how Trayvon Diggs tackle. He said Trayvon Diggs tackle just like I would tackle, leaning and try to punch out. But ball skills, this type of guy, I mean, you got to look at it like, okay, good. I love it. I would take two of these guys, right? Versus a person that just don't know how to look for the ball. I think that his grades are so low because of the fact of his run support. It's just terrible. 35.0. That's just terrible, Cowboy Nation. But when you look over to his counterpart here, that people will say, hey, he's the best DB on this team. Look at all what he do as it relates to coverage grade and as well as run defense. His run defense is a whole lot better. At one point at a time this season, his run defense was like right at 72, 73. It dropped off to 64.6. And if you go get the premium package on Pro Football Focus, they will give you every series like 84 box, slot, the lineup, the wide ups, where he was at the ball. It's amazing how they pull up these particular stats or what have you. And majority of those stats, as far as like snap counts, right on the money. You can literally pull up the all 22. And I'm not trying to say that Pro Football Focus is all what you need to focus on. But you can literally, when you go purchase the all 22 and look at every snap, they're right on the money. This is where he was lined up on the D-line. This is where he was at the box. So, but they just don't show their work. I don't think that they have a film analysis like a person that do film breakdowns for Pro Football Focus. Maybe somebody need to put their name in and had to do such. But outside of that, these grades are really, really pretty much on the money. Believe it or not. Just like, let's pull up Curse. Let's go to Curse. All right. Curse is not bad at all, Cowboy Nation. He figured things out. 2020 was an abysmal year for him, but 2021, oh my goodness, he's heading back to 2019 where he had that lot of blue stuff over there. But this is what you want. This is what you want. You want a player that can make plays, not afraid to come down and hit on run support and coverage pretty well, and pass rush. I mean, he coming in like a defensive lineman at times. Curse been balling, Cowboy Nation. And I pretty much like what he brings to the table. I like what he showcased out there as related to his skill set and talent. I love it. All right, Cowboy Nation, let's go back to the Washington team. Y'all want to look at Parsons? I forgot. Y'all want to look at Parsons? Y'all want me to go over to the Washington team? And anybody else you guys want me to look at? But this is the scale right here. You can look at the whole glimpse of your team. Curse bring energy. Hightower, yeah, he do. He brings a lot of energy. Nobles, yeah. Appreciate you. Speed, I got you, fam. All right, so Parsons. Pass rush, 92.7. Run defensive grade. It's a weird grading system. I don't think that Parsons collectively is that terrible in run defense. But when he was graded, that's what they looked at. So far he's 82.6. Coverage ability, I'm not finna put Parsons in coverage. If you look at his scouting report, if you look at his scout grade, coverage and run defense, those two things, coverage was one of those things whereas you knew that he could turn and flip his hips and get upfield, right? But he just not, and he wasn't the best at it. Run defense was one of his strongest elements that he brought to the table, right? Coming out of Penn. So in these games, as of lately, he have not been asked to stop the run. He been rushing the quarterback, pursuing the quarterback. And it's weird for me to say that, but I'm quite sure that against the Washington team, he's going to grade out pretty high run support because he's going to be playing right at his natural position. And remember, the grading system do not grade linebacker plus defensive edge. So that is why it's always a cycling situation when you try to grade linebacker and defensive edge guys. But you can dog for sure grade that run support and their pass rush. So I do like the overall. I mean to say the pass rush. At least 4 sacks is nothing more. Nobles. Yeah, I believe the Cowboys. Whew, they're going to get some sacks. They're going to get some sacks against the Washington team. If not, you're going to see at least 2 interceptions. Yeah. Hamilton and Bohanna are those plugs. Parsons on the edge and the inside is the linebacker. I appreciate you, King. Hamilton and Bohanna, they are who they are. We need some big boys inside. I want the Cowboys. Let's see if they look like a nickel. I want the Cowboys. I really do want the Cowboys to figure this out. This is our nickel formation. And if you guys can see, you got Lewis down inside. You got Diggs, of course. Is Lewis going to play this week? We'll know more about Thursday, right? Is Lewis going to play? Yeah. Tyreek says if you don't stop the run, you're not going to see the sacks. I get you. I get you on that. Yeah. Yeah. But this is how big nickel, a nickel formation. You see how all of this goes. And you see Curse, he going to climb down inside. And you see Neil. Oh, my God. Neil. This is his worst grade by far. You know what I'm saying? And we are looking for revenge. Yeah, you're right. A 38.2. I'm not going to say the thing about Neil. His last game was one of his better games. Oh, my goodness, man. I'm not going to get into it. Armstrong, this is a nickel formation, nickel package. This is base. He's not going to be deep. He's not going to be inside on base, Yeah. But let's look into Washington team. I'm going to tell you, Fuller, he's pretty good. Cam Curl, Cam. He's a guy that you got to be mindful of. McCain is nobody to sneeze at, this free safety over here. Allen and Payne, these 2 boys right there. Don't sleep on Jackson. He's an in-the-face guy, but he's grabby. I think that this team, what we can do is we've been preparing ourselves for the interior threat. Last year when Connor McGovern stepped in and stood in for Zach on that right side as the guard, he did a serviceable job against those boys. By them being without Chase, I think that we can really use the edges. We can run off to the edge. We can do some misdirection plays to stop the process between Allen, who is a monster in run support, pass rush. And I know this grade. I know a lot of people going to look at it and say, nah, but this dude, he gobble up and he will eat. And that's those Bama boys. And then Payne, this guy don't. Like I say, you look at the run defensive grade, say, Lord, we going to run right up the middle. No, edge control, baby. Let's not run at the teeth of those boys. They live off of momentum. They live off of tempo, and they like to hit you and laying on you, baby. All right. This is going to be the guy with the responsibilities of guarding Amari Cooper, I believe. And Amari Cooper, all it takes is one play. What that would do is going to roll the coverage his way. No more holdings after 4-yard run plays. Yeah, this is Elite Raw. You think Fuller going to be on Coop, or you want to put William Jackson on? 4-3. You gonna let this guy? Who you got? Who you got on Coop? Let me see what they look like in their nickel formation. There we go. Johnson down inside now. Who y'all got? Running right in the teeth. Either receiver going to smoke these dudes. Did y'all hear my final assessment on the trifectas? Those boys about to eat. Those boys about to eat, Cowboy Nation. Speaking of eating, let's get this thing going. I really appreciate you guys. We got a couple more minutes before we get this thing on the road.
Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down.
I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your opinion.
Super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Call my phone.
Phone line for your mind.
Only ones who down for.
Gonna put it up right now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We'll jump right back to it. Here we go. 657-390-7391. We gonna keep it going, baby. We go 9-1. Bear with me.
Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Call my phone, hit my line. Only ones who down for.
Only the ones are down for me, baby.
Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Keep it super thorough my way on this side. Heard you moving funny, had to cut you off. Had some more friends like my brothers, I can't trust it.
One love.
Same ones in your corner on the scene.
Tariq, you live, fam.
Yo, what's going on, Long?
Nothing to it, man.
What
Talk
on,
to
man?
me, man.
How you doing, Long?
Man, I'm doing well, man.
Man, that's good to hear, sir. Mm-hmm. My whole thing is like this, man. This team has to bring that physicality. It starts from the coaches down to the players,
right?
Down to the equipment managers, down to everybody that's a part of this team, doctors, everybody. We gotta get on a playoff mindset, the road to the Super Bowl type of mindset, and playoffs. And it starts this week. I mean, this week coming up.
This week coming up. Yep.
It starts now. Yep. This week coming up. The playoff mentality needs to start now. And I'm hoping I wouldn't even mind. I don't even care if I see Mike McCarthy getting on Kelly Moore when he feel like they're not being physical enough out there playing these teams. Because you got to understand something. We got to see these dudes this week and the week after next. What can they, you know what I'm saying? So we got to be physical. We cannot get out physical in 2 games. You know what I'm saying? Against the Washington Redskins, man.
No doubt, man.
My thing is like this.
Go ahead.
My thing is like this. They got to bring it. They got to bring it on offense. Whatever Kelly Moore got to do, he got to get back in that lab. I hope he's in the lab, getting creative, trying to get more ways to get these dudes this running game started because we're a better play action team, man. We're a better running play action team. We not an Aaron Rodgers type of team. Even that team needs a running game. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is like this, man. Our defense coming back, a lot of them coming back healthy, and I'm just gonna be honest. If Leighton Van Der Esch is not gonna step up out here, man, we need to pull him up off that field, man. I don't care if they're going free agency man, right now and go get somebody else, man. I'm just being honest, man, because I'm tired of seeing this dude go for a ride when the offensive lineman pulling it coming at him. At least Micah tries to get off a block or something. You know what I'm saying? Make the effort, man. You know, I don't see the effort coming from this dude, man.
And you spit nothing but the truth on that. Yeah, it's just one of those things with LVE. When we look at everything, it has to be the injury, and he have to not. It's just what it is. Unfortunately, you know, there's no one that can look at this tape and say, yeah, this is the same LVE from 2018.
He's far from it. He's far from it, man. My whole thing is like this. You telling me that these other offensive coordinators and coaches don't see that, and they see that we getting that front, most of the front seven back, the front four back? You don't think they're going to hurt him and throw the ball out of their hand directly at LVE? And you're going to be like, oops. Come on, man. You telling me I'm about to get up off here because I know there's other callers. I want to respect the ball, everybody.
Right.
My thing is like this. The quarterback could have handed him the ball off last Thursday when he threw the ball right in front of this dude's face and he missed it the whole way. You telling me he could at least knocked it down, bro? Yeah. He could at least knock the ball down. That's all I'm saying, man. And if we got players like that out here, man, come on, man. We gonna be exposed by people like Aaron Rodgers and Tom and even Kyler Murray, man. We got to be for real about this, man. These some real serious games coming up. I just want this team to take it serious. Let's do what we got to do now, man. So we not talking about, oh man, I wish we could have did this. I don't want to hear that. I'm tired of that. I'm ready to win something, man.
Right. We better man. Do it. Appreciate you.
Good luck, Law Nation. Peace out, Cowboy Nation. I'll let y'all.
Good call from you, man. Good call from Tyreek. Let's type in the lunatic. You in, fam.
Law, Cowboys Nation. We get the no names, and what the hell do their fans do? They're chanting, we want Dallas, we want Dallas. Damn it, you should be chanting, we want a damn name. That's what they need to be telling the Schneiders. Give us a goddamn name, but you know they love Big D in their mouths.
They do.
So Sunday, they're going to be chanting, oh, hell, we don't want nothing to do about Dallas. We don't want none of Dallas.
Oh, I got it. Yeah. I got it all queued up. The lunatic. They said we want Dallas. We want Dallas. And there's a picture of a sewer line that's broke in their stadium. That literally feces is falling all over the fans. Priorities. They need to get a new stadium and a name.
It was week 1 of this season. Week 1, a sewer pipe busted up like the toxic dump that is FedEx Field. That's what those fans deserve.
We want Dallas. Oh, shit.
They're holding an umbrella. They're going to hold an umbrella there. Yeah, we want Dallas in the goddamn on their home field. It's embarrassing. And they should be coming off a loss against the Raiders. Mm-hmm. But our safety that we were going to pick in the second round, but the Raiders jumped in front of us, former TCU safety Maury, dropped the ball. The ball right in his hands, had a pick six, would have been game over. They would have been coming off a loss. But, hey, those things happen. Yeah. We'll just do it this Sunday. Yeah. That's all right, because those Washington tackles, both of them, they suck. They have problem with speed rushers, and guess what we have? Speed rushers. Hank and Gregory looking like he's coming back. Baby nuts Steve Jones, as Big Game James said yesterday on 105.3 The Fan, everything is looking good as far as Randy and Neville coming back. And as Jerry said, those reinforcements are coming. And they're bringing that L to FedEx Field for those fans chanting. So, yes, Heineken, I call him Heineken. It's easier for me to remember.
Right.
But he's been playing well, 18 touchdowns, but he's also had 11 interceptions.
Yeah.
Ron Rivera wants to run the ball. He loves that inside run and those dump offs. Well, we got sideline to sideline speed. We got the beef up the middle coming back. It's going to stop that run. It's going to put the ball in Heineken's hands. And now you're going to know why he's been a journeyman. He's been playing well, but ain't a team going to say this is our franchise quarterback.
No
so
doubt.
we're going to tell the NFL, you keep saying 4-game win streak. You forget about the Cowboys and everything. You pile on the Cowboys. But after Sunday, we're going to remind the NFL, we're now going to be 9-4, haters. So keep calling, keep texting. We're going to remind them on Sunday night, we steal them boys. That's right. Go Cowboys. Thank you, Lord. Cowboys Nation. You tell those what the fucks. You keep chanting. We'll keep winning.
Yeah.
Go, pinche Cowboys.
Yeah, we want Dallas. We want Dallas. All right, next we have Glenn, man. Appreciate you so much for jumping in, Glenn. There we go, Glenn.
Thanks for. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for taking the call, Ron.
Anytime.
So I think I want to talk some X's and O's with you, and I think you hit the nail on the head earlier when I think you made reference to Dak not trusting his offensive line, and I think that's exactly what I've seen. So I guess the question is, I think that's when Dak's struggles kind of began, when the offensive line kind of started breaking down a little bit.
Right.
And I think it was that Denver game. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's when we started seeing some problems up front. But I guess one of the questions I want to throw at you is Kellen and Mike McCarthy, they're both kind of, I guess, passing game gurus.
Right.
But they kind of have shown they've got some weaknesses, at least in designing run plays, because I think there is an art to some creativity with respect to the running game. So my question to you is, I guess since Tony Pollard had such success on that one play, I think it was to the left in this last game, do you think Dallas needs to incorporate more jet motion? In other words, I think one of our best formations is when we have CeeDee Lamb in the slot, because I agree with you. I think teams are so aggressive to stop him because they don't want to see that first down, wipe the nose.
Right. They don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. I know as a defensive player, I'm like, I can't wait to see him get the ball. I want him,
And I love it. I love when he does that. But I guess my question to you is, should we incorporate more jet motion to test those edges to loosen up the middle? Because what I can tell you is that interior for Washington is pretty good with Allen and Payne, and I think what we sometimes fail to do is test those edges to see if the discipline is there. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Hey, Glenn,
jet motion.
This is what I look at it like this. I think that Kellen Moore knows that he can do these exotic plays, but I feel that he's not comfortable of somebody saying that this is a gimmicky offense. So that's why you go back to the old school traits of looking like Scott Linehan-ish. So if the reverse sweep works, or remember the Scott Linehan special, if those plays work, do it until they stop you. I get it. You don't want to get labeled as, hey, I'm a college-style offensive guy. No, you continue to press that issue of doing it on the edge. We don't want to see 21 slam with Tony Pollard running inside the gut. We are tired, literally, of seeing Ezekiel Elliott halfback slam it inside the middle, and all they do, the wishbone is cool and all, but we really want to see that creativity, and even if it's labeled as it being too cute, continue to do it until they stop you, especially when you're running the ball. It's and those things, I believe, when Kellen Moore understands that, hey, it's all about winning the game, do it until they stop you, I think that he will take it on to the next level. Because the other gurus do it. You look at the guy over there, they do it over there in 49ers land, and I'm not saying that this guy McVay is a guru, but he never coached.
He went back to it, though.
He went back to
it last week, though.
And that's what I tried to say. Yeah, he went back to it. Yep. So, we should see some more end-arounds, edge, putting Tony Pollard in the edge. And if you have Ezekiel Elliott as the primary guy to run in between the splits, although Tony can do it as well, then you do it that way. But let's not get coy and shy of it.
Right. Last thing on the offense, and then I'll let you go. Do we have a fullback on this team? Because I still continue to say that at this point in Zeke's career, I really do see him being a one-back cut or one-cut back, and there's nothing wrong with that. You can get 100 yards being a one-cut back.
Right.
But I think if Zeke had a fullback, I don't think 11 personnel is really ideal for Zeke, because if you can stick a fullback in front of him and then you can still come out in a 3 wide receiver package, I have yet to see that package on the field. I think the closest thing we got to that was in the Hulk package, but I think there you only have 2 wide receivers. So let me get your thoughts on putting somebody in front of Zeke to take that first incoming defender and him having success that way. And I'll take it offline. Love the show.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you so much, man. Your fullback is Connor McGovern. Your fullback is Connor McGovern. He was the guy that came into this situation, and when you look at it, yes, his run block grade is not that great when you look at these type of grades here, because they splitting it between when he was a fullback / guard. But this is your fullback right here. The Cowboys pretty much rearranged a lot of things when they kicked Connor McGovern in at guard, right? And remember, I said don't touch it. But they touched it now, and this is the bed that they decided to sleep in. And we just got to roll with that. So Connor McGovern, to me, is your fullback. Anybody else, I don't think that they can roll around with that suit unless you put in formations, whereas Ezekiel Elliott be your lead back and Tony Pollard be your halfback. And that's a whole nother Pandora's box. I got OT. What's good, man? You live? Otis, you live? You're live. All right, we're gonna move over to 832. You're live. Yo, what's good?
What's up, man? It's Boss.
Boss, man. Wait a minute. I didn't. Okay, I see your name down there. Boss, what you got, man?
Yeah. Man, what's going on? I just
got your whole government name up there. Let me rearrange this thing, man. You threw me off. I said Smith. No. All right, now I got you,
man. First, man, also awesome breakdown, man. I love to see the grades. One of the things I want to just ask you about. I was talking to Coach Marv yesterday, and he said something. I want to see if you had a chance to pull this up. While the plane is in the air. He told me, I haven't double-checked this, but he told me LVE only had 1 tackle these last 3 games per game. So I'm not sure if you're able to pull that up, but if that's true, what's your thoughts on that? And then I'm going to just hang up and continue to enjoy this show, brother.
It's LVE, man, and you can look at the tape and you can see that he's shying away from any physical contact. And that's not me even doing, like when I was doing the Parsons video and I was looking at some of the Curse tape, you see 55, he's where the ball's supposed to be at. And he'd like to watch the play as it developed, and then he goes in to make the tackle. You know it. You played on the defensive side of the coin. You want your players to be the aggressor. You want them to come down and fill. I think that it's due to the injury. It's due to the fact that he's not. He know that it's a contract year. Some people ball out on contract years, and some people play safe and close to the vest. Kind of like Xavier Woods on his contract year. He kind of like, no, I'm not finna make the business decision. You know, I'm trying to get my next contract for the next year. I want to be healthy. I don't want to have a season catastrophic injury where I never can play again in this sport. And this guy right here, Leighton Vander Esch, been playing just like that, boss, to me.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and just one last thing real quick, man. Like, I like how you was glass half full, where you say, what can actually bring him back? You know, that was a real good point, because we saw him play good before. You know, we saw him play good before, so I just want to get your thoughts on what do you think could put that sting back in his, put that sting back in him, or do you think that it's gone?
He's gonna go play for the Patriots or the Chiefs next year. They're gonna put that sting back in him. The Cowboys ain't gonna be able to do it.
He gone. Man, hey man, enjoy the show, man. I'm just sitting back, man. I was working, so let me call in, man. Appreciate the input, brother.
Yeah, boss, I got you now, man. Your government name is gone, baby.
Okay, man. All right, my brother.
Hey, no. You gotta plug your store, man. Plug everything. What we got going on later on today,
yeah. Oh, yeah. So we got the final word. We go attack all these controversies. We actually haven't really talked about some of the controversies, but I'm like you, Law. I feel like we got a lot of good coming more than bad, so we going to be attacking all that. So we going to be combining Big Game James, obviously, Law Nation, nothing but the best in Boss Cowboy Sports where your voice matters. And we're going to just attack all this stuff and just kind of blend our thoughts. So for everybody that's listening, keep in mind that we never talk before the show. That way we keep everything truly fresh and authentic.
Yep.
So it's like you really hearing what we really think is nothing, I would say, that's choreographed at all. So, So anyway, y'all get prepared for the final word. That's going to be tonight at 8 o'clock. So y'all make sure y'all kick your seats up, get your popcorn ready, and come back.
Hey, before you run, though, I know you got to go. Now, you can say just yes or no. Do you agree with my assessment of don't touch it? Or you want to touch it one more time?
Offensive line?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting to that point. It's to that point to where it's now starting to be make your mind up because now it's about the ultimate thing, which is the tournament. Earlier, before the halfway mark of the season,
right,
I would have said do your experimentations. Play with the competition because that's why we have competition, right?
Right.
We have competition to see who's best, and sometimes you got to make those adjustments. But now we're starting to kind of play with the clock to answer your question, which is kind of getting kind of risky to start touching stuff now.
Right.
The good news is this, in my opinion, Law, is the fact that with at least things that we've called for, we're seeing. So a lot of people wanted to see Conor McGovern. You're seeing it.
Right.
Good news with that is, guess what? We get to compare. We get to compare tape. We get to do an analysis on it, and then we get to say put our voices out there on what we believe. But yeah, I stand with you mostly, man, on that. Like at least 95%. That is to the point of don't touch it. Once you kind of make up your mind, kind of put your final chess pieces together, and let's start attacking.
Yeah. Appreciate you so much for that insight, man.
Oh, no problem, big bro. I can't wait till we do it again.
No doubt, man. Y'all check out Boss Cowboy. Yes, a good guy right there, man. Yeah, a real one, baby. And this is the thing. Don't touch it. Noble says, in case y'all didn't know, I love D-Law Big Game by my favorite player. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. 518, call back. You was the next person, but you ran off or what have you. Hope all is well with you. All right, so
in case y'all didn't know, I love D-Law. Big Game by my fave player.
Yeah, D-Law. And the reason why I say don't touch it, have you guys ever purchased a home before, right? And it's going through this final closing, you find a close on a house. And they say one thing you don't do, don't mess with anything that can show up negative on your credit report. Because now we got to do all other things over again. That's equivalent to this offensive line, if I can use an analogy. You don't go try to purchase a car when you finna close on your house. Those underwriters going to be looking at it like, hey, hold on. And also, just because you're pre-approved for an amount doesn't mean that that's what you're going to get. That's so equivalent to football. Oh, we got Tyron Smith. We got Zach Martin. Oh, we got this, we got that. We got Ezekiel Elliott, Tony Pollard is killing it on the edge. Just because you pre-approved does not mean that you're going to get it. You still got to do his due diligence, and all of those other things got to work his way out. We got the 318. You're live.
Hello?
Hey, what's good?
What up with it, Law?
Nothing to it.
Man, chilling. I just wanted to ask you a couple questions, man. Pick your mind a little bit. What you think about letting Trayvon trail the number one wide receiver more? I feel like even though this defense is good, I feel like if we do that, we probably can be a little bit better. And what you think about Anthony Brown, man? He do good games. Then some games he kind of inconsistent. So what you think about him? And that's all I really want to.
Well, I mean, the thing is, Anthony Brown is solid, man. I get it. He gives up some big plays. He is not the guy that you would say to yourself, all right, cool, I'm going to give him the top paid DB money, right? He's a solid guy.
Right.
And what people fail to realize, he could be solid because of Dan Quinn's system, right? It is not a shadow of a doubt. It's not short to our thought or short to our knowledge that he always been this guy. We had different coordinators and things like that. So if he's good at this moment, we don't know what the other DBs are. It's like the unknown. Like Boss Man or Kevin Joseph, literally, during training camp and OTAs, he was there having a good time. Him, Nashawn Wright, all of those boys are having a good time. So we don't know, collectively speaking, of what those boys would look like in the course of a season if AB wasn't there. We just don't know. So it's an element of surprise. I think he's a solid guy. I think that next year they probably move on him.
I ain't looking for him to be Trayvon. I just need him to just keep playing like at least how you played the last game. Just keep it silent, man.
Keep it silent. Yeah.
So one more question before I get out. What you think about Dak, bro? Like, that's my boy. I love that nigga, man. But I think he could use his legs a lot more. Why you think he ain't using them? Because a lot of people saying the injury, but he really wasn't running like that before the injury. So what you think about that?
Well, Dak, when he rolls, I think that he breaks down the play in his mind. And he said, okay, I'm greedy. He said that in his press conference. I'm greedy. I wanted to throw the ball to get the necessary yard down the field, because those are things that was put into place that they said that he never was able to do. Now, when you're trying to say run the ball and get hit, that's still a mental clock in his mindset too. Think about that. I just got paid this $160 million. Why I can't just use my arm? And I want Dak Prescott to turn it on a little bit, but there are people in his ear to tell him, hey, why don't you just throw the ball? And we don't know the side conversation. When he ran it in against the Atlanta Falcons, he said, I want to prove to everybody that I'm that dude. You know what I'm saying? But, Coach probably, somebody to the side probably said, we don't really do that. Mm-hmm.
I'm finna say this before I get it. I just know, if he was to, like, scramble just a little bit more, it'll open so much stuff up. Cause then you got the defense. When they see him scramble, they don't know. Okay, damn, do I need to run up and get him and let him throw it behind us, or do we need to stick to my man and let that gas us? Like, it'll just make the offense so much. You know what I'm saying?
But you know what, fam? When you get into the playoffs, which I believe the Cowboys will get into the playoffs, by the way, if Dak play conservative Dak in the playoff, then I'll know all what I need to know about him. I'll know all what I need. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying, fam?
Right. I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Just like when John Elway, when he tried to get that touchdown, and I'm not trying to say John Elway and Dak Prescott are the same person, but he was old, man, and he was sitting there like, man, I got to score. I want it.
Yeah, he like, we here, man, ain't nothing to stop me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, but I appreciate you for calling in, fam. Thank you.
Appreciate it, bro.
Good call from him, man. Good call from him, man. Yeah, a good call from him. Let's see, boy. Let me try OT again. OT, you live.
What's up, love?
What's good, man? You're live. Had to jump back around to you, man. What's good? What you got for this conversation?
Yeah, like I'm always missing your live show, man. I'll be busy with work. How's everything?
Yeah. I mean, everything good over here?
I've been watching the Cowboys in Washington for years, man. And nobody's thinking we're going to go into the DC era and get an easy win. It's not happening. You know, I think the coaches should get the team ready for Sunday and hoping the offense can get back to normal because they've been playing bad. That's just what it is. And we're in December. And if we can't put it together now, I don't think we can make a run in January. So hopefully the offense can come back to when we started the season. I think that's what the problem is because the defense is already playing well. So I just think the offense can come back and do what we did in the beginning. And hopefully we can make a long run in the playoffs because I'm scary. I'm very scary. You know, the way I thought it.
No doubt, man. Hey, we just got to get this big run to get in. And OT, I just got to tell you again, I really appreciate what you did for this channel and the smile that you put on that family member of purchasing the ticket for them to go to the game. That was remarkable. You know, although they tried to give the praises to me, I said, no, the praises got to go to you, fam. And I really appreciate you for being able to do that. It was just, the only negative about it, it was that person's best / worst game ever. Because it was the Denver Broncos game. They was having to say, yeah, I got tickets to the game. And then they looked up, it was 30-0. They blamed themselves because that was their first game ever. And I said, well, if you feel that way of going to a Cowboys game and we're going to lose, don't ever go to another Cowboys game. It's your fault, OT.
So what we're going to do, hopefully next year, all right, because we got 5 more games left.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year we can probably do this for 3 people.
Yeah.
You know, I can probably pledge. We can find 3 lucky people to go to a Cowboys game. And at least we can get it early in the year and get it over with. You know, it's just trying to make some family happy or some people, because I've been to most of the Cowboys games.
Right.
And many people that call the shows and never invested in the Cowboys always want to sit and talk trash.
Right.
You know, when you get to see your team play in person and get to see these guys in person, your perspective might change because every single play, they go out there and put their heart and soul into the game.
Right.
And we never give them credit, you know. And I think when you go to a game and when you see these guys play, it might give you a different perspective how you're going to analyze situations because we're all humans. We're not perfect. We make mistakes. So that's trying to change some fans' perspective. That's what it's about. And go and cheer your team up, you know.
No doubt, man. But I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much, OT. You have a good one, man. Thank you.
All right.
Good call from him, man. Yeah. It was the best, worst moment of that individual's life. They won the tickets. They went to the game, and it was like, Lord, this ain't it, dog. Oh, my goodness. So when you give out the tickets next year, let it be for the 3 families. Let it be a preseason game. I think that will be good, right? We don't mind about losing in the preseason game. All right, man. We got 972. You live.
Hey, Law.
Yeah, what's good? What's good?
Hey, man. Good to talk to you. First time caller, man.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I look at you every day. And I don't call in every day, but I look at you every day, man. I appreciate the show. I love it.
Appreciate it, man.
Look here, man. That got to be that dog. Okay? For the rest of these 5 games, that got to be that dog.
Mm-hmm.
And everything else will fall like dominoes. Everything else will fall in.
No doubt. No doubt.
That's what I wanted to hear. Oh
yeah. That dog got teeth, man. I think Dak Prescott will be that guy in a pinch. He just turned it on like fourth quarter Dak. I do know we left a salty taste in our mouths against the Raiders in that fourth quarter or overtime, what have you. But normally Dak Prescott, like since 2016, I think that he completed every pass that he ever threw in overtime. So normally Dak Prescott, elevate everything. But a double mind is always wicked, right? And I think that sometimes, with that injury that he previously had, he's thinking, I'm going to try to attempt to throw it. But if I believe it was a playoff game, I think Dak Prescott took it and run in and say, hey, at all costs, I'm winning this one.
Well, no, I see lanes. I see the lanes. You see the lanes.
Right.
They're there. They're there. First down. Oh, man, come on now. 3rd and 2.
Yep.
We got a jumbo package, man. We could put the jumbo package in. Come on now.
Are you talking about just running the ball in general, or are you talking about for Dak Prescott?
Dak Prescott or run the ball in general. I'm just an armchair quarterback.
Okay.
So I'm just saying what I see.
Right.
Hey, we could take advantage, not just get on the field 3rd down and out.
Mm-hmm.
Stay on the field. That's what they want. Dak, they want the quarterback to be off the field. That's what we want for the opposite team.
Mm-hmm.
So let's stay on the team. Let's run the ball. Let's get that 3rd and 7. Come on now, we can do that. We got weapons.
We got it, man. I appreciate you for calling in, though, from the 972.
Welcome,
What's your name, fam?
God bless you, bro. Hey, they call me Uncle Charlie, bro.
Uncle Charlie. I see why. He got the whole name. Appreciate you, man.
That's right.
Yeah. Good call from him, man. All right. We got this 713. You've been waiting patiently. You're live on Law Nation.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Law Nation. Let me get this out the way first of all, so we can get the tension out the way. Southern just got a new football coach. We coming for JSU. We're gonna plant that flag in the middle of y'all field. I said what I said. Still love you, Law.
Oh man!
Right.
Now there's 2 games that I gear myself up to, and there's Southern and there's Alcorn. So you really believe that your team? Who's your new coach is anyway?
Now Eric Dooley, the dude, the head coach from Prairie View.
Okay, so he did take the job. Okay, all right.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
we got some things to work out, man. We got some things. As long as that band, we ain't never cared too much about the football score anyway. What that 5th quarter hitting for?
Hey.
You know what I'm talking about? So.
Hey, but when we play that, get ready. Come on, the way we come out, don't you get ready a little bit? No, when you see our guys get up there.
No, I don't.
You don't? Come on, that got to be hands down. What? No. That got to be the hands down the best coming out. Come on, man. Come on. Get ready. Come on, man. Go ahead.
Getting ready to take that L with old Dion. But yeah, man. So first thing first, man. I'm gonna get this out the way quick. So I framed the lineup of the what's probably going to be our starting line, this starting defensive line.
Right.
And man, if you didn't get football horny looking at that, bro, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, bro. But you got Tristan Hill, Odigizua, Randy Gregory, you got DeMarcus Lawrence, you got all these people. Just because I'm greedy, Law.
Greedy
too.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, brother. Let me ask you, what would that lineup look like if old Jabril Cox hadn't got hurt and had about 6 to 8 games under his belt?
You see, our issue's been that hook in that shallow flat area, and we didn't have anybody, because I know Jabril Cox, he's better detached from the box. He's really not a guy that you want inside, but his range and coverage ability, his ability to cover. Yeah. That would have been a pick. Don't you know how that building would have exploded, right? In New Orleans, where he played, in Louisiana, up the street. Don't you know, Jabril Cox picking that one off, you know what I'm saying? My only gripe with Jabril Cox is that he changed his number from 48, because I wanted to be like first 48. We're here arriving on the scene. You know what I'm saying? And if we have Parsons doing his thing, the damn lion, the lion always hungry, we'd have had the first 48. Man, it would have been crazy. We got 7-11, 7 always open. Man, it would have been crazy.
Speed on the field, bro, you had to keep your head on a swivel because you never know what's coming. You never know what's coming. They'll be nervous. It'd be nothing but alligator arms out there.
Oh, my God.
But, hey, man, let me ask you this, though, before so I can go ahead and get off. I know you got callers, man. I appreciate you taking my call as usual. But I guess it's kind of a statement, but then I want you to fill in when I get off. One thing that I want to speak to Cowboys Nation about, and this is just something that I feel. I don't feel, at least until the playoffs starts, we can judge too critically any performance. Because, and this is why I say this, every team that play the Cowboys, they play out of their freaking body.
Right.
Because a lot of them boys, either you look, the Cowboys don't ride the middle of the road with pretty much anybody. Anybody that's a football fan, you either can't stand them Cowboys or you love them. That's your team and you ride for them. So there's not a lot of middle ground. So thinking about that, it's kids that's in the league right now that grew up hating the Cowboys.
Right.
It's teams right now, we're probably in the Lions, that they say, look, y'all need to lose out the rest. It's about half the locker room is like, to the Cowboys, I don't know if I can take that L. So what I'm saying is, I don't think that it's fair. I ain't gonna say it's fair, because that's what we do. I don't think that you're gonna get an accurate picture out of anybody until the playoffs start, because that's when those shenanigans and those games and that emotion has to leave when playoffs start. It can't be about a personal vendetta against anybody. You have to play smarter football. So I would say that can hurt. I mean, that helps the Cowboys. I mean, hurts them in most cases, but it can also help them in a lot of cases, because when you play out of your body, as with Matt Ryan tried to do, you end up forcing stuff that you're not capable of.
Right.
You end up making mistakes, and that benefits the Cowboys. But most of the time, we're facing a tougher team than most teams will face all year, because they have that added burn that is the Cowboys. So I really kind of just want to get your thought on that about, teams playing out of their body when they play the Cowboys, and how much true stock should we take into that. I'm going to hang up, man. Shout out to you from Houston, Texas, man. I'm always listening to you. Keep it rolling, brother.
Appreciate you, man. There we go. Houston, Texas, man. And I really appreciate those people that's down there in Houston. When I go down there, I get all type of love over there, and shout out to the Houston area, and shout out to the caller. Teams always amped up to play the Cowboys. First and foremost, they know that they going to be able to turn on TV and say, Ashadiqua, Pookie, Ray, Kamika. Turn on the TV, that's me, number 23 or number 24 or whatever it may be, because they know the spotlight and the attention will get there. All right, so now we're going to condense it a little bit. We're going to we'll put a little timer on it so you guys shoot your points, and we can get things going out quicker. But I got the 281. You're live.
What's up?
Cowboys report. No, everything's good, man. Talk to me.
Hey, man, everybody's talking about how big this game is on Sunday. We're going to beat South Washington. They are not in our tier. It's going to get ugly quick, man. Dak isn't healthy 100%. Kellen Moore kind of made that clear in the press conference. That's why he's not taking these scrambles that are wide open, and that's why he's not getting out of these sacks that he usually gets out of. But we finally have our three-headed monster at receiver that are all healthy, and as long as they protect them, he's going to throw a party out there. He's going to throw a party, and if we get up 10, 14 points on that team, man, Taylor Heineke's going to have the worst day he's ever had with that pass rush. I'm telling you, man, they're going to run stunts. Parsons, Gregory, Tank, Gilmore, OC. I mean, Dan Quinn's going to dial up his symphony. It's going to be a masterpiece and beautiful. So, Cowboy fans, don't be worried, don't fret. We got this on Sunday. Y'all just have y'all celebration caps on and get ready for a blowout to put the NFL back on notice. We're healthy and ready for the stretch run, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you, man.
George Cowboy.
Yeah. Y'all be sure to follow him now. Hey, post down in the comment box, man. Let everybody know who you are and everything, man. I appreciate you. Hey, we're going to change his last name from Taylor, is it Heineke, to Taylor Hennessy, because that's what he's going to want to drink. He's going to be like, hey, forget the Heineken. And forget my last name is Heineke, but can I get some Hennessy? You know what I'm saying? Some Alizé. Can I get something else? Because this is total pandemonium, right? Hey, 615, Gina, you're live.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Nothing to it, lady.
How you doing? How you doing, Lon?
I'm doing well.
What's up?
I'm doing well over
Good.
here.
I have been hoarse for about 5 days.
Oh, wow.
And have not been able. My husband loved it, but I could not talk. And I tell you what, I enjoyed every bit of my time at Cowboys experience down in Dallas at the game. Dallas, Texas was just phenomenal. The whole experience was just so real. And I came back home and had to go right back out to Virginia. Right. And that's when I started getting sick. But, I tell you, football, any sport is heart. You got to play with a lot of heart. Right. And I do believe, and I'm gonna take your word. I'm gonna steal your words. I believe in the heart to heart.
Yeah.
That our Cowboys will rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
From this game going forward, I believe that they're going to rise to the occasion. Now, if you're in the closet, I think you probably just need to stay in the closet.
Right.
If you're a Cowboys closet fan and just stay there, because right now we don't need you. Because you're torn, you're twisting and turning which way you need to go. So just stay in the closet, because when we start rolling and getting this train going, you just stay where you are, because we don't need you on it.
Right.
We need real diehard, not shaking and trembling like a pit bull is in your face. We don't need them kind of fans just shaking and trembling. We need diehard Cowboy fans to push us through the playoffs and push us through the Super Bowl, because that's where we headed. Now, if you're shaking like you got Parkinson's, you just need to stay in the closet where you are.
Yeah. We need to keep that same energy. Yeah, because I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. They feel that. They feel that. And if you for the Cowboys, you're for the Cowboys. And you got to stay on that train. But if you're in the closet, you keep whatever you got on and you just stay in the closet. Because right now we don't need you. We need diehard fans that's going to push us through the playoffs and push us through that Super Bowl, because that's where we're headed. I'm just here to tell you that's where we're headed. If you don't believe that, then that's on you. You just keep where you are. But I believe that we need the strong ones right now. As you would say, Lon, we need the real ones right now. Real ones. Type real one in the chat if you're the real one.
Real ones right now. If you're ready to ride with the Cowboys, put that in the chat. Real one.
Real one.
We need you to ride right now. If you got Parkinson's and you're shaking all over the place, just stay where you are in the closet, because we don't need you right now. We need some real ones to push us along.
Man, my goodness. Oh, this is nothing but the gospel. I appreciate you so much. Gina, thank you so much.
Yeah, and you know what? It still ain't no party. Ain't no party like a Cowboy party, because a Cowboy party don't stop.
Yeah. Ooh. If I'd have known, I don't have to go to church this Sunday, because I'm getting all the gospel today. I really appreciate you so much. We love you. Thank you so much.
I love you always, love. All right.
Most certainly. That's the gospel over there. I have to bring this up, Cowboy Nation, because so many people are so quick to come to us and say how long it's been for us, or since we've been to the Super Bowl. How long it been for the Washington team, huh? And their fan base, they going through name change. They going to the game. And even the stadium that they go to, it literally takes a dump on them. And they still have the fan base to reach out to us to say, we want Dallas. It's been 30 plus years on their side. But the Dallas Cowboy fan base, I'm not talking to y'all this here because I know y'all some real ones, because y'all put it in the chat. Y'all are so quick to be fickle. And y'all are so quick to run at the first sight of blood, at the first time that you hear the gun load up, the shot not even there, it misses. But y'all are so quick to be in fear of a team that don't even have a name. Also a team, Cowboy Nation, hear me out, that literally, like I said, that the stadium opened up its booty cheeks and released all type of fecal matter on their own fans. And they are still coming to those games. But we here in the multi-billion-dollar playpen known as Jerry Rain world. Also, they got a practice workout facility that's $2.5 billion that Jerry Jones gave back to the community. That y'all refuse to say, we are who we are. The America's team. We are fearless. We are almighty. We will dominate. We gonna come to these games spitting, yelling, going to tell everybody, go Cowboys. Boy, I'm telling you, man, I got somebody here that I know they're going to bring some heat. Willie D, you're live.
Hey, man, real talk. I just called your phone number because I figured you was on. But look, yes, everything you saying is true. But look, I want to give a shout out to what the boy name or y'all homie name Okoye. Okoye.
Accumulated knowledge over years of experience.
Yeah, I just watched this on how about the Cowboys thing.
Yeah,
and it took me to my brother. He just passed in May, and at the end it said, "I wish you could see this team." I be thinking about Michael Parsons and the defense, because my brother played linebacker. I played safety. He passed in May, and this is a true jerk. Everybody needs to go. Everybody needs to go watch this film. He got Lowe on it. He got Mark Holmes on it. He got all the Cowboy players from the 70s and the 80s. He got It's a good thing to go watch.
I need to go watch it. I haven't seen it yet.
Go watch.
I haven't seen it yet. I had to go watch it myself.
It's all the same, man. It's 4 minutes long. He did his thing, real talk. But anyway, we're going to Washington. We're gonna take care of business. We're gonna let it shine. And see, the playoffs coming. This way, they're gonna get back on track. Parsons is a dog, and we good. We
good, baby. We good.
It's a Cowboy thing these days.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you, Willie D. That's my dog, man. That's my dog. All right, now I'm gonna be real now. All right, because I gotta go eat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lock this thing down.
The conference has been locked.
No. That FBI agent is gone, baby. He gone. He knocked on the wrong door. So whoever that's here. He was talking all that noise. Y'all heard him. He was like, open up. All right, so we going to take care of everybody that's here that's waiting patiently. All right, so let's go, Cowboy Nation. We're going to establish the 1 minute rule for phone calls. Get your mindset together. Get your thoughts out. I think you can get it out in 1 minute, but let me see if I can get my countdown clocker. Here we go. Yeah. Let me see. No. You can't get in. All right, 314, you're live.
He was talking all that noise. I remember he was like, open up. FBI, open up.
Hey, all right, 3, 2, 1, you're live.
Hey, what's up, Law?
Nothing to it, man. Talk to me, man. You got it.
Hey, just to want to touch on a little subject that y'all was talking about earlier, man, with Leighton. I was looking at another product from linebacker U.
Okay.
Brand Smith. I think he's going to be the next piece that we need on our defense. I think we can get him in the second round. Not to look ahead or anything, but I feel like getting young core linebackers would be great for the defense, because I think that's the last thing we're missing on the defense is great linebackers to go roam side to side.
Right.
Now, as far as Washington goes, I say give them a heavy dose of Tony Pollard on the edges. Get them receivers on the edge and going to get them some screen passes and let them make some moves and take off. I think the game score is going to be 38 to 13. Cowboys.
Woo! Hey, I can see that, man. Let's go. Let's get it, man. Thank you for calling in, fam. Yeah. Good call from him, man. All right. There you go. He still got it on double. So 240, what do you know?
Hello?
Yeah, you're live. What's good with you?
Oh, Mr. Law.
What's good with you, man? Talk to me.
It's been a long time coming. I'm in the DMV. I've been hearing it all week. We want Dallas.
Yeah.
Y'all don't want us. What y'all want is a plumber. What y'all need is a name. Mr. Law, you hear me?
Right. I hear you.
Defense wins games, and everybody is healthy. I'm here from the DMV, deep in the heart of those guys' territory.
Mm-hmm.
I want those guys to know we coming, and we finna get all of y'all. Thank you, Mr. Law, for your time, man, for having me.
Appreciate you, man. Let's go. They need a plumber. Not that Flexall stuff, man. You know, y'all watch those infomercials, man, where this dude said, in this can, you can spread it. He been having a can. In this can, you just spread and it will be able to stop any leak. That stuff don't work like that. Flexall, is it Flexall, Cowboy Nation? That's what the Washington team tried to do. Let's put some Flexall on this pipe. Let's seal it off, man. And then this Flexall, you can also spray the bottom of a boat and it can float. You know, all of those info commercials, man, or Gorilla Glue tape, you know. Oh, man, we can put some Gorilla Glue tape over these pipes. That stuff don't work, Cowboy Nation, because when that pressure get there and it's banging and it's knocking, y'all let me know. Oh, it's FlexiSeal. FlexiSeal can seal everything, bro. FlexiSeal. I'm thinking about flexing all, but FlexiSeal can seal everything. Appreciate you, John. Yeah, they try to put the Flex Seal on those pipes and that pressure still busts right through it, baby. You know, another thing is you try to use Flex Seal on some radiator leakage, you know. I got a radiator hole in my radiator, you know. Oh, my goodness, I think I could put some Flex Seal, but when that heat get on it, ooh, ain't nothing like the original metal that hold everything together. And then all of a sudden, kapow! Fecal matter is everywhere. 505, you live. FlexiSeal.
Law Nation.
Talk to me.
Taking my call.
Anytime, brother.
Yeah, one minute. Let's get it. 5 things that are really concerning me about this team. I think if they address them, we'll be unstoppable. But they got to do it. Tony Pollard, get him in there. I mean, it's that simple, man. It didn't make any sense. He's legit. LVE, got to go. He shouldn't even get a game jersey. He's afraid to get hurt. You got to get him out of there. Anthony Brown, I mean, what's going on with Boss Man Fat? Anthony Brown can't even get his head around. That's going to bite us hard, okay?
Okay.
Lyle Collins, move him to left guard. Quit playing Terrence Steele right tackle, okay? That will clean up everything on the offensive line. And Kellen Moore, come on, baby. You got to make some adjustments. I mean, what's the problem? The Denver head coach, he did come up with the formula. We laughed at him when he said that, but he told the truth, and we didn't listen, okay? He's just loading up the box.
When will we wear our color
run
rush?
blitzing us, and their man coverage on us, okay? Kellen Moore, you got to make adjustments, baby. You know, what's going on with the quick traps, right? Screens, mesh routes, misdirection, counters. You got to start doing that when they do that to you. He's looking like he doesn't understand those things. So stop talking about this head coach stuff. He hasn't even learned how to be an offensive coordinator yet who can make adjustments. So that's my list.
No doubt, man. That's a good call from you, man. Great points, 5 points, man. Hey, right to the point. I really appreciate you, man. What was your name, fam?
Thomas.
Oh, that's a nice name, man. Oh, man, it's a good name, man. That's my last name, so I know you're a good guy, man. Thomas, we keep the promise, man. I appreciate you, man. Salute.
Thank you very much. Keep up the good work, brother.
Yes, indeed, Thomas, man. Oh, my God, man. That's a good name right there. Let me see if I can save his name up in here, man. Ooh. Shout out to all the Thomases out there. You know what I'm saying? I love when I hear my name, especially if you spell it the right way. Not T-O-M-A-S. We got to put the H in there, baby. 786, you're live.
Law, shout out to you, bro.
Appreciate
the show. Listen, I just want to let you know I appreciate what you do. I agree with you on the offensive line, but I'm going to say this right here. I think you need to give them a little time to work out the cohesion, okay? it takes a little bit of time. You got to go through some growing pains. I like what the caller said about moving Lyle to guard. Maybe that's the answer, but that's still a work in progress. But now's the time to do it, not in the playoffs. But I'm going to say this right here, too. This game is a physical game. You know, Ron Rivera is a physical coach. We need to go in there and just bust Washington in the mouth and just say straight up, we are going to run this football. Now, it's not going to be easy with them boys and Bama boys in the middle. Yes, but you look at how the Patriots played last night. They threw the ball but 3 times.
Right.
They just pounded the rock, and we just got to – it is a game of will. We must go in there and establish our physicality up front, and if we can do that, game over, period.
Game over, yeah. Man, you're right on the money, man. I really appreciate you so much, man. Thank you for calling in.
All right.
I got no rebuttal to that. No rebuttal.
Goodbye.
That was the last caller, by the way. No rebuttal. No rebuttal. He did open up my eyes to, okay, if you want to change something, you got 5 games, you got to do it now before the start of the playoffs or what have you. And it seems as if though Jerry Jones is reluctant to say, okay, whether or not what he really want to do with Terrence Steele, that's his new man crush, right? So, damn, and I'm in the middle right there with what you do with that. My only thing is just still don't touch it. Let's keep that continuity. I can look at it and say, but let's see what the Cowboys do against the Washington team. If they play around with their food and try to make some crazy adjustments this game is related to their front 5, I'm going to be angry and upset. Only because of the fact that we need – this is like last game, must-win game. This game is a must-win game to me. I don't know about you all, but to me, this is a must-win game. And next week, a must-win game. Next week after that, a must-win game. I want us to be hot in December. I want us to be steamrolling right into the playoffs. I really do. I'm greedy. I want us to be playing our best of the best football. Now I want us to go on that stretch. Somebody post down and below, I think we got 8 more games, right? If you add everything. Come on, Dak Prescott. Come on, Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott. Come on, Coach Mike McCarthy. 8 games. 8 games. But I don't want them to look so far into the future like that. I want them to be zeroed in on thinking about this Washington Flex Seals. You know what I'm saying? That should be a name. Ooh, that'll be a good sponsorship. Flex Seal. Flex Seal. Reach out to the Washington football team and say, hey, let us fix your pipes. Let us fix everything. And let us get the naming rights to your stadium and also to the team. Right? That can go a long way. This will be a headbanger. No, Grace. This should be a game. Then we look at the box score. And we look at the final score that they calling.
FBI, open up!
The FBI. This should be a crime scene. An investigation for the nation of everybody saying that, hey, it's illegal what those boys did to the Washington team. It's illegal. What they did to the Washington football team. And we're going to remove the word team and insert Washington football trash because that's what we want to leave onto the hearts and the thoughts of everybody, whoever rooted for that particular organization and franchise. The Washington Flex Sealers. Yeah. Y'all put that name in, Washington Flex Sealers, you know? So they stop taking a crap on their own fan base. Let's go, Cowboy Nation. We got this. Formulate our mind to do such. Let's go. Washington football. Money out of the you know what. Yeah. If you guys watched all the way up to this point, and you have not hit that like button or shared this content or subscribed.
Shame. Shame. Shame.
If you guys didn't do that, man, come on. What are you doing? You watched all the way up to this point. I come here to tell you that this team, resiliency, is something that I talked about in the previous, I believe, episode when we was live. That this NFC East, man, nobody play each other worse like we do. You know, we play each other hard, rough, and rugged. We don't like each other. Although the Cowboys, pretty much from a geographical aspect of it, resides in the West and the South parts of that. But we dominate the East. Let that sink in. They know it. And that's why they all been clawing to try to keep up with us. The youngest team, by the way, in any of those teams in this division. They want what we got. Heavy is the crown, right? But we ain't playing nothing around here that says crown me. Checkmate. This is chess, not checkers. Now it's time for Mike McCarthy. Climb up out of that bed and get ready to draw up a game plan. To reach out to Dan Quinn, and also Kellen Moore said we got 8 more games. But the reality is that this game right here starts everything. Divisional game. That we got to lock in, baby. If you all locked in, type in all in the chat. We're not finna fold up like a wallet or a lawn chair. This moment is right here for all of us to showcase our talent, baby. And when the end comes for me, let it find me conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one, right? Yeah. Cowboy Nation, when you're up against the struggles, meet it squarely face to face. Lift your chin, set your shoulders, plant your feet, and take a brace. When it's vain to try to dodge it, do the best that you can do. You may fall, you may conquer. See it through. Black may be the clouds about you, and your future may seem grim, but don't let your nerve desert you. Keep yourself in fighting trim. If worse is bound to happen in spite of all that you do, remember, Cowboy Nation, at this moment, we hold it down, because running from it will not save you. Even hope may seem but futile, then where trouble may be beset. Remember, you're facing what other legends have met, Cowboy Nation. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. See it through, we all in. We looking for revenge, baby. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Let's go, we all in, baby. Oh, y'all rewind and write that down for your mind. Put it in the levitations of your heart and soul in situations without deviation to the matter.
Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me.
You don't beef with words. I steal them and I take them and I put them back to the thoughts of your heart. Dig it, baby. Thank you. Anger Cowboy. Appreciate you. The Lunatic. Appreciate you. Money out of the you know what. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
I'm just warming up a way to lie. Oh, producer saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up. Talk of the town when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things when your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet.
He needs some milk.
Appreciate it. Hating the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinging she ice. Freeze. Photo. Please. No photos. G's. No. Please. No photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway.
Nation, baby.
I got paid to play today.
Let's go.
I get paid to stay away.
Hey. Let me turn it down. I don't want to bust your subwoofers. Appreciate you, Natasha. She's into the thick of it. Yeah.
In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only song. Heard your whole team was for sale.
Not all.
On the market
Maybe
for
the Washington.
Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Now you looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news.
Oh no.
Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Now it
Come on, credit been run all the way up, baby. The Washington Flex Steelers. Yeah. Shout out to everybody that made the donation, baby.
I've been really in the field.
Come on.
I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Don't need no deals, baby.
Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Yeah. Come on.
Kinda check us on. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on.
Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need
If
that
you don't like
change.
Law Nation,
Got blues
you
inside.
must be out your goddamn mind. Come on.
Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play. Charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T, like I'm with Revenue.
Jerry.
I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and them.
No doubt,
Still the
Jerry.
same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just write what's on the
shout out
shelf
to
and I'm not
Washington,
feeling
Jerome.
it. Search for the one, but
Come
baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it to.
Come on, hey.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Run it, baby.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. I have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna
Shout out
run
to
it
you,
up.
Nick. Hey. Ho.
Kinda check us on.
It's a party, baby. It's a party, baby. It's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Let's go.
I just wanna run it up. Yeah. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome.
Yeah.
Too
Come
many
on.
foes and clothes.
Hey.
Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. Yeah. I've been really in the field.
If you don't like this song, come on.
Don't need no deals, I make the deal.
Come on. Shout out to all the Thomases, baby.
Kinda check us out. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Come on and run it up, baby.
Count that too. Count up.
From the 601. Appreciate ya.
He needs some milk.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
Hey, don't forget to hit that button right there. It's right there. Subscribe. We up out here. One love to the nation. One love for everybody. Without that hate in their heart. Let's go. If it's your birthday this month, happy birthday to you and you and you. Chill out. Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Iceberg Q. Pickle Rick. Gracia. And you. Shout out to the Loud Pack.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone. Smoke weed every day. You know it's dangerous.
That's Randy Gregory, baby.
Don't let the street lights hit you. Can I be
The Washington street lights, baby. Don't let them hit you, baby.
I'll follow wherever you go, whatever you do.
Lean forward a little bit. Right there. Ooh, Sadiqa, we gotta throw a party for you, baby. Happy birthday to you. On the 18th. We about salute.
Don't let the street lights hit you all alone.
Don't let the street lights hit you. It's danger, baby.